Just bumped along some sticks down there too. Oh, God, got one already. Oh, this is a tank. This is a tank. Oh, he's trying to get me in the brush here. This is a tank. Oh, come on, baby, come on. Oh, I got it. Oh, he's in the stick. He finally got one of these sticks. Oh, here we go, here we go. He's coming out. He's coming out. Come on, baby. Come on, come on. Oh, come here, come here, come here. Let everybody see you. I want you to be on YouTube. Oh, man. All right. Oh, what's up, guys? Today, we're gonna be throwing the 6 Sense Crush 75X. And when throwing these little square bills and stuff, to maximize your success out on the water, it's all about boat positioning. You wanna keep the right bait in the strike zone for the longest amount of time possible. Doesn't matter if you're fishing from a boat or from the shore. First, we're gonna start with rigging. Okay guys, some features that are unique to this the 6 Sense in general are their color patterns. Got real cool colors that they put on these that can really match a lot of the baits you're looking to imitate in these lakes. And then something that's unique to this Crush 75X is the flat sides. Notice that this is a lot flatter than traditional square bills. And what this is gonna do is it's gonna give it a tighter wobble. When you've got the rounder sides, it's gonna have a wider wobble at those low speeds. And that means you can not only retrieve it at a slow speed, but if you wanna really burn this bait and try to get some more reaction strikes out of fish and everything, you can do that and this bait's gonna stay upright. Okay guys, the setup I use, I start with as light a line as I can get away with. When you're throwing crankbaits and stuff like that, the lighter the line you're using, the better action you're gonna get out of your bait. A lot of guys will go up to a 20-pound line and really all they're doing is they're restricting a lot of the action they get. So you really wanna avoid that if possible. I generally go with about a 10 to 12 pound Seaguar mono or fluorocarbon line. Next I'm gonna spool up on a slow to medium speed gear ratio, like a 5.3 or a 6.3 to 1 Daiwa Tatula reel. More times than not, I really want to reel this bait as slow as possible while still giving it that nice little action. Okay, you've heard me say this a lot of times, guys. When picking out the right rod for cranking, you need a rod that is designed for crankbaits. What you're gonna get is you want it to be very soft and giving so you can really feel those vibrations. You can feel that bait crawling over the different cover and things like that. And you also need that parabolic bend for fighting those fish. There we go. Oh, yes, there we go. Just slaughtered it up shallow. If you guys can see that, there's a little corner right there. This feels like a bruiser right here too. Oh man, oh man. Come on. Oh, this is a toad. This is why I want that nice give. See that bend in the rod? I barely have this thing hooked in the lip. Right in that top lip, baby. Come on, come on. That's why you want a nice light rod. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, shoot, 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 shoot. Dude. Look at that. Just barely hooked. That's why you want a nice soft rod. That fish came up and sucked on that crankbait. And because this rod had enough give, that rod gave and so it was able to get hooked. If I didn't have a nice soft rod tip, that fish wouldn't have been able to pull that crankbait in. It would have just been pulled right out of its mouth. All right guys, when it comes to retrieval, I want to cast this thing around, through, on top of any kind of cover I can find, any kind of hard cover. When you've got these square bills, these kind of baits, the square bill is designed to deflect off of wood and brush and things. So when it hits that, it bounces back up and that's what's going to trigger these strikes. You can come around these areas these fish are hiding in and waiting to ambush. So as I cast along these different brush piles and trees along here, I want to put my rod tip down and I want a couple reels to get that bait down to the right depth, and then I reel as slow as I can that I can still feel that rod tip vibrating. Because if you're feeling that rod tip vibrating or thumping, that means that bait is moving along, it's vibrating down there. Then the second thing is I want to be feeling for any kind of tree limbs and stuff. So as that bait starts bouncing along down there, that means I am in the right zone. That's exactly where I want to be, and I'll even slow down if I need to as I'm coming over that different cover and structure and stuff. If you feel like you're getting caught up, You can also stop your reel, give it a little slack, and that bait will back up off that tree limb and you can keep reeling. A lot of times when you back up off that tree limb, that's when that fish is gonna hit it. The same can go for if you're fishing along riprap, any kind of, even if you're fishing clean grass and stuff, not that algae stuff, but nice clean grass, you can still burn this thing through and twitch it in there. Really effective lure to use around cover. Okay guys, now let's talk about location. When we're talking about location, there's two things that I want to really emphasize. One is where you're going to throw this bait, so what kind of different structure and things you're going to throw this bait around. But the second is how you're going to position your casts, because that can be just as important as where you're fishing. We already mentioned that this bait is great at deflecting off of structure and stuff. And fish love, when they're shallow, they love hiding up in that cover. We've talked about that, you know, fish feel more comfortable up shallow when they're hiding under some kind of tree, logs, tules, whatever it is. So this bait, because it deflects off of it, it's a great bait to really move around there and work an area quickly. But let's talk about fishing a strike zone effectively. Whether you're on the shore or you're in a boat, you want to keep this bait in the best possible area for as long as possible. So when we're working a bank right here and we've got these trees and stuff hanging off the bank, we want to really parallel that bank. So when we make our cast, the whole entire retrieve, that bait is coming along, bouncing off those trees and stuff the entire time until it gets back to the boat. If we were to pull our boat off the shore and make casts to the shore, the only time our bait would be in the right strike zone is right when it hit the water, to about 10 feet out, and then the rest of the cast is going to be a waste. When we fish parallel to the bank, these fish have time to really see that bait ticking along and coming down the bank, and if you can just make sure that you're paralleling your different structure and stuff and keeping it in the strike zone, you will improve how many fish you catch by a huge percentage. Even if you're on the shore, fishing from the shore, get out in the water. Don't be afraid to get a little wet. You've got to come down in the water and make these casts parallel, because if you're just casting straight out from the shore, you're really, the best part of your cast is only going to be right at the end when it's coming up towards the shore. Didn't feel anyone on that cast, but this is the one I want to end on, right here. Oh, I'm uptight, so oh Lord, I'm going to hit every single one of these branches coming. Perfect angle. Just work that bait nice and slow. Bump and grind everything. There we go. There we go. We talked that fish onto the hook right there, man. We're coming through the wood, just slowly bumping, and wow, that fish, all of a sudden I just felt the fish inhale this bait. Look at that. Guys, nice little fish to end this video on. Angles, so important. We had the angle right down there, so we were gonna be in the strike zone for the time we needed to be there. But just as importantly to be in the strike zone is having the right bait. And for shallow water, especially around this hard cover and stuff, 6 cents little 75X crush is absolutely great at crushing some great bass. So go out there, check this out, guys, have some fun. And if this video was any help to you guys, make sure you can throw us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to know any more about the gear or the tackle we were using in this video, check the description box below for some links. Shwing! Shwing! You know, it's a good day when you call your shot, dude. 1 out of 5 shots. He just said, like it was that bump,